Hello, mis amores. Oh, hello, mis amores. Hope you're doing great. I'm doing like this. Also, if at some point in this video it looks like I'm crying, it's just that I get so emotional, baby. Every time I think of you. Whenever I have a bit of a cold, I get teary-eyed. I start crying. Considering my state, I was thinking about what kind of video I can film this week that is a little bit comforting as well and not drive me up the wall when I'm working. Anyway, that was enough. Not many dishes bring as much comfort as a soup, but we're not gonna make soups because other dishes that bring comfort usually involve pasta or noodles, for me at least. So in this video we're gonna make 3 viral pasta recipes to find the ultimate pasta recipe or to see if they're good. I have made a couple of pasta recipes thus far on this channel. I even just made one last week, which since then I've been eating often because it was so good. Check out the video, wink. Let me warm up my hands because they're about to get dirty. It's about time for my arrival. The first recipe we're gonna make has been around on TikTok for quite a while. I think it went really very viral. I'm not talking about the vodka pasta, we've made that before. Although, oh, oopsie, we're gonna make something vodka, but later. First, we're gonna make honeycomb pasta, which basically will be a pasta cake. Basta! Which basically will be a pasta cake, but essentially all the other ingredients are kind of like tame, nothing crazy, nothing that's gonna make me jump out of the window. It's just how we're making it that's a little bit different. So first, you technically need rigatoni pasta. Of course, whenever you search for something, you can find it. I just found a smaller version of it, and we're gonna make a smaller batch anyway. So these are tortelloni. I think it's just important that they have a big hole and that they're flat on both ends so that they can stand up. Tubular pasta. I'm gonna start by cooking some pasta. About 500 grams according to the recipe. I think for now you kind of want them to be more on the uncooked side than the too cooked side. Whoa, my pasta is cooked. Well, before anything else, or before they stick together too much, I'm just gonna assemble them in this cake spring form. Okay, I did not expect them to all be different sizes. So now this only took me 5-6 minutes, but I can already tell that this is not worth the effort. I will preheat the oven to 190 degrees Celsius. And then what else do you need? A marinara, a tomato sauce, Parmesan, you need mozzarella shredded, some dried Italian herbs. I think I'm also gonna add some garlic and some salt and pepper probably. And then to top it off, you need some fresh basil. But that's for later. Patience, guys. But this looks like a honeycomb. First, you're gonna wanna try, and I don't know how to, but like, yeah, the goal is to first squeeze it into the holes of the pasta, but actually, I think it is working if I just like rub it in. But in some videos they all only dumped it on top anyway, so I don't even want to be too meticulous about this step. Maybe I should have used the piping bag. Now we're gonna try and do the same with the mozzarella, but I think my pasta is just too small. I don't think we can do that. I don't think we can get it into the nooks and crannies of it all. Although we probably do want to, because otherwise it'll be very dry at the bottom, no? What we should have done is just put a little bit of sauce on the bottom. And then we're gonna try to do the same with the Parmesan, but I don't think, you know, my openings are just not there. So I guess that was a reason why they opted for bigger pasta. Get in there, get in there. Now we're just gonna cover it with the sauce, season it a little with the herbs, even though there are already herbs in there. Garlic, pepper, salt. This time I'm starting with parm and topping it all off with the mozzarella. Ta-da! Now we cover it with aluminum foil and put it into the oven for 15 minutes. That's wrong. For 15 minutes like this, Then uncover, take off the aluminum foil and bake for another 15 to 20. Heyo! I even bought honey just for this. You know, maybe we can sprinkle some honey on top to make it a little bit more interesting flavor-wise. I don't know. Let's have a look at our cake, shall we? The thing is, I have now had to wait for so long that I ate up most of the leftover pasta and I'm not even hungry anymore. Ta-da! Look at our cake. Maybe it could have stayed in the oven a little while longer to like brown a little bit more on top. But you know, me and my patience. I do want to open up the safe because bitches got a lot to say. And also, it's supposed to stay. Please, cake, I want you to stay. I don't know, I have to let it properly cool, but that would be stupid because like, why would I want to eat it then? Oh my god, did I grease it enough? Lift me up. Ta-da! Yay! Okay, who wants a piece of my cake? Aha! Anyway, please don't die. Don't, okay, I mean, it's okay. Who wants a slice of my cake? So I think we can already tell that my predictions are true and that I just do not have enough sauce. But we might be surprised. I also just touched some chili and then I put it into my mouth. Barely even hot. Among all of the recipes that I've made on this channel, this one might be among the most unnecessary ones. Mainly because I don't know who would want to look at that. And that's the only reason why you'd make it, because you'd have all those benefits and more benefits if you just made like a pasta casserole. Just mix pasta with sauce, dump it into a casserole or oven dish, and top it with cheese, and it'll be better. Well, that's the epitome of a TikTok trend. Looks, you know, eye-catching, but it's just unnecessary. Oh, sorry. I forgot the fresh basil. Anyway, I'm gonna have your birthday cake. Happy birthday. Then I'll be back. Recipe number 2. Are you ready? Do you have the energy? Are you... amazing song. Actually, my favorite was Baby Come Back. Baby Come Back to Me. In my heart, I still believe that we're meant. Recipe number 2 is something I'm sure Vanessa Hudgens would love. I mean, it's inevitable that she would. We're gonna make pasta chips, which I don't really understand. If I want to eat chips, then I might as well just eat chips. If I want to eat pasta, then I eat pasta. Why do we cook pasta? Only to then make them crunchy again. I did already cook some fusilli. I saw it with all sorts of pasta, so I don't think it really matters. After cooking, I then rinsed them with cold water, which apparently is essential. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. This is a really easy recipe. I mean, we're making chips, so it should be. So we put those in a bowl, cover with a bit of olive oil, and then you can go ham, I think, with herbs. Ooh, I want them garlicky. Yeah. And salty, because that's my favorite. I saw a German TikTok about this, and believe it or not, but I think the most standard chip flavor is actually paprika flavored, or bell pepper. No, paprika, because it's usually just the powder. We're also gonna add a bit of paprika powder, just because we're in Germany. Alright, and then you just toss and turn. I do want them to be flavorful, because the worst thing is if chips aren't flavorful, right? And lastly, we just put some Parmesan in there as well. Then mix it all. I love this recipe because we're done already. Then you just spread them on a baking sheet. I don't think we want them to touch because we really want them to dry out probably. And then 200 degrees Celsius for 25 minutes. Into the oven they go. Yeah. Who wants chips? You hear how crunchy they are? I mean, they're supposed to be chips, so they better be. They just look like pasta. I'll give you an ASMR moment, okay? I feel like I made this as a child with leftover pasta. This really reminds me of that time. Actually, no. You know when you made a pasta casserole and then you've got some pasta at the top that's kind of sticking out a little, that has gotten the darkest? This is what that tastes like. First they're crunchy, and then they get really chewy and like hard to eat. Maybe it would be nicer to just eat chips. I do like them, but not as a chips alternative. This is a proper meal, no? I feel like this is killing my teeth right now. But you know what? If you don't have chips, but crave chips, and also have essentially like an hour to spare, then this is great. Let's see if this tastes good with my coffee, and then I'll be back. Bye. They're kind of addicting. But hold on. It's time for the third and last recipe. Okay, there's the last. For the last recipe, I do want to apologize in advance for multiple reasons. First reason being, well, we're gonna make a brown butter gnocchi a la vodka. To me, gnocchi are a kind of pasta, so I don't actually want to apologize for that. Some put it into like a totally different category or its own category, and to me it's just like a ball of pasta, but it's also obviously made from different ingredients. So I do understand the argument, but me as half an Italian, and I only say that whenever it comes to my defense, say that it's okay to look at it as pasta. It does differ in ingredients, which brings me to my second apology. I haven't actually apologized yet. Wow, gaslighting you. I bought everything to at least make the gnocchi. Got eggs, potatoes, and flour. That's basically all you need. Because they're actually like very easy to make. I've made them a couple of times on my channel before, which is part of the reason why I was like, you know, you don't have to make them again. And also, I am kind of exhausted from, you know, you can hear. So I also bought some gnocchi, and I was like, depending on how you feel, you either make them yourself or you just use the store-bought ones, and we're gonna use the store-bought ones. To be fair, I don't taste the difference anyway. Whenever I've made gnocchi myself, I was like, was this really worth the effort? So anyway, apologies. But the exciting part is the sauce anyway. Here's what you need for this recipe, apart from gnocchi. Shallot diced, chili diced, garlic sliced, fresh basil, some parmigiano, probably pepper and salt, olive oil, of course. We're making an Italian-inspired recipe, so duh. Some tomato paste, a lot of it actually, some heavy cream, and some butter. Okay, so someone take them away from me. I'm actually getting a headache from having to chew so hard. So the process is, you make the gnocchi, you put them aside. I've already made the gnocchi. Then you make the sauce. In a separate pan, you then brown some butter with a little bit of olive oil and pan fry the gnocchi until they're very golden brown. And then you add the gnocchi to the sauce. Okay, 2 more. I'm done. Then he adds the garlic, the shallot, and the chili all at once. We're gonna pan fry that for a little while. Oh, I forgot the vodka, of course. Also, he burns the vodka, which I'm a bit scared of. We now add some ground pepper and some salt. Next, we just add some fresh basil. I've never added it so early. A lot of tomato paste. I don't know if that's enough tomato paste or if I need more. His looks saucy, mine looks pasty. Now we finally add the vodka. He then burns it, but I'm scared. That was very scary. Cool. I wish I hadn't done that. So what did that do? Just get rid of the alcohol, or? Wait, now I'm sweating. I did not need that kind of excitement right now. Well, his definitely did not burn as much as mine did. Anyway, let's add some cream, my arch nemesis. I think it's the root of all evil. I don't know how much. I feel like this is a good amount. Actually, maybe a little bit more. Then he seasons it again with some pepper, it looks like. Some more salt. Also some chili flakes, I think. Peperoncino. I don't want it too spicy. It's already gonna be spicy. And then we add a bit of parm and put the sauce aside for now. In the meantime, and we could have already done so, we're gonna cook the gnocchi first. And then again put them in some ice cold water after cooking. But also reserve some of that gnocchi water. In a new pan, in the meantime, we can brown some butter with a bit of olive oil. Okay, my butter is brown. My gnocchi are cool again. So we're gonna add them. And now we're just gonna fry them until they're golden brown and crunchy. All right, my patience is running low, so I think They look good. I usually make crunchy gnocchi, but I don't cook them beforehand, and then they get crunchier way quicker because I feel like now it's been 20 minutes. It's alright. Back to our sauce, which has thickened now, so that way we can just add a bit of our pasta water to let it soften a little. You know what? Maybe even a bit more. 1, 2. Alright, then you can add the gnocchi. Well, I added the gnocchi, some more pasta water, and eventually some Parmesan. This smells delicious, actually. Alright, turn it off. Our crunchy gnocchi are probably no longer crunchy. Love wasting time. Just a small portion for now. I'm gonna eat the rest later. If it's good, but like, guys, this is gonna be delicious. It doesn't even look too creamy. Like heavy creamy, so maybe it'll be good. I'm just sad about the gnocchi because they will not be crunchy anymore. A little bit. Whoopsies. My sauce got very salty. You just kept adding cheese and salt. The sauce itself is absolutely yummy, but way too salty even for me. Can hardly even eat it. I will enjoy thinking of this while sitting on the toilet because of the heavy cream. The devil, I'm telling you. I'm so glad I almost burned the house on fire. What? I'll just keep adding water in order to make this less salty, I think. You know what? Maybe I'm just gonna eat the sauce with this unseasoned cake. Guys, I'm really full, but I also can't stop eating. Alright, so that was a lot of pasta in one day. I'm exhausted. It's not like I've already started the video being exhausted. I think especially the last recipe, even with the heavy cream, fuels me. This hits me in the right spot. I think mainly because gnocchi is such a comfort food for me. The chips I ended up loving, I guess. I will never ever make them again. The cake, I don't even want to talk about anymore. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more I hate it. Which I hope is not the case with your thoughts about me. Anyway, guys, next week I will probably be healthy again. We'll go on some more kitchen adventures or other adventures. Again, I started posting vlog type, more relaxing, calm videos during the week. Usually Thursday. I'd love to see you there as well. But safe to say, I will always be back Sunday. Any Sunday. Yeah, I don't even know the last Sunday I missed. So, yeah. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Y entonces nos vemos la próxima vez. Bye.